Colossians 3:2 says, "Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things." And that verse was my verse of the day for yesterday. And I just decided to do it for today's sermon just because it's a simple but important reminder. Because set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. So many times, how many times do we get caught up in earthly things? Whether we're worrying about something, stressing about something that's like just only going to matter here. And yeah, eternity is tied in with our lives here, but also at the same time, I think that sometimes we focus a little too much on earthly things instead of things above. Because things above are more important than what's going on down here. You know, when we lose someone we love, for example, and it's like really hard for us, and just the grief and everything that we deal with, and then we're just thinking we're never going to see this person again, and like we're just sad, and yeah, it's really sad. But when you set your mind on things above and not on the earthly things, you got to remember this person that you lost, or whoever it was, they're not here anymore maybe, but they're above with Jesus right now, and Jesus is everywhere, and I think you're going to still feel them near you because you have Jesus and they had Jesus, and that connects you too. So, and that's just one example, but with anything really. I mean, how many times do we get caught up in earthly things? Money, that is like something everyone is so obsessed with. Success, like just because like they think that you're basically not successful or worth enough if you don't have a successful life or a career, or if you don't go down this path they think you should go down. You don't have the money to buy the huge house or whatever it is that you want. But that's just when you're focusing too much on earthly things, because where's money gonna be when you go to heaven and you're not here anymore? It's not gonna be in our minds anymore, and if it is, it'll just be, man, I focused too much on money, maybe. Not, I miss the money, or look what the money did for me to get me here. No, that's not gonna matter in your eternal life with Jesus. So I think that we just need to focus on things above. And when we think of above, it's not just heaven, it's everything about Jesus. It's like eternal things instead of earthly things, because earthly things are gonna disappear, okay? Your money, your vehicle, your clothes, that stuff is not going to come with you into heaven. So we don't need to focus on that too much, because Jesus is going to provide it all. You know, Jesus says not to worry about what we're going to wear. Don't worry about tomorrow, what's going to happen. Don't worry about these things, because Jesus is going to provide. The only thing we need to be thinking about is things from Jesus and above, things that we need to get through the spiritual journey with him. So it's just like, you know, why don't we think about, instead of thinking about the things we lost, think about what we have that is eternal. We have the truest of true love from Jesus. We have the greatest love story ever written. I think that blesses us enough right there, and that's eternal. So of course we should dwell on that. That is the epitome of our lives, is eternity and true love with God, our maker, our Father. And not just that, but we have Jesus' promises. Those are eternal and things from above. You know, he's always going to be with us. He's going to give us peace. These are his promises. He's going to come back and save us. These are things that we can dwell on. And yeah, a lot of things in life we get caught up with, and there are good things, you know, like, yeah, if you have a family or something and you're like wanting to take care of them and stuff, then it's something, yeah, that's something to think about too, because your love, the eternal thing between you that makes this eternal is the love between you, I think, that comes from God. So anything really from God, I think we should be dwelling on. If our thoughts and stuff that we're worrying about and dwelling on are not of God, or not like tied to him in some way, and it's just us spiraling about, oh, I need to make it in this life, I need to get rich, I need to, you know, have my family, but then I'm like stressing too much about them, then I think that we need to come back to the basics that God is going to provide. We just need to focus on the eternal aspect of everything and not just earthly things.